It's game week for the SEC. We've gotten into conference play. We've had some good matchups, but it doesn't get better than one of these rivalries right here. The Deep South's oldest rivalry coming to Auburn, Alabama. Auburn has not won in this series since 2017 when they blew out Georgia, who made the national championship but lost to Alabama that year. You go back and back up in that season in November, Auburn wins 40-17, and it's had some great moments over the years. 1920, Georgia upset Auburn 7-0 when Auburn was off 56-6 win over Vanderbilt. 1942, Georgia won the national championship with an 11-1 record, beating UCLA in the 1943 Rose Bowl. And their only loss that season, it actually came to Auburn in Columbus at Memorial Stadium. You can keep going. The prayer at Jordan-Hare in 2013, 10 years ago. 2017, we just mentioned a few years back. The last time Auburn won in this series, 2007 was a game where it marked the first time that Georgia would wear black jerseys. It also marked the first time that Georgia defeated Florida and Auburn in the same season since 1982. And it marked the first time ever that Georgia would score more than 40 points a game in 3 straight games since 1942. That being said, there's been a lot of great key moments in this rivalry. It's time to look at what could happen this year in the Deep South's oldest rivalry in Auburn, Alabama. First-year head coach Hugh Freeze comes in. Kirby Smart, he's been there, done that, back-to-back national titles. I think Georgia does fall somewhere in this season. I predicted in the offseason it would be to Tennessee. I just didn't think – first off, we didn't really – know much about Hugh Freeze being the head coach. When I predicted Georgia to go 11-1 and only lose to Tennessee, I said they would get Auburn. I still have that feeling. There's a part of me that wants to see chaos this year. There's a part that wants to see an upset, but you got to deal in reality sometimes, and you can't always pick and choose what you want in college football. You just got to pick and choose what you think might happen. I do think Georgia's built to win this game. I think they're going to win this game. You look at the matchup predictor, 81.8, count at 82% chance to win, leaving Auburn with an 18% chance. It's at Jordan-Hare. It's a 3:30 game on CBS. 14.5 points is the spread for Georgia. Again, they lead the series too, 63, 56, and 8. So they pretty much own Auburn by a lead of 7 games. And by the way, you want to talk some history real quick, you got to go back to the 90s, just before the clock hit zeros for 2000. Well, I don't know. It was in November, but you go back to 1999 in Athens was the last time an unranked Auburn beat a ranked Georgia team. And at the time in 1999, they won 38-21. Tommy Tuberville was there. Big signature win. Number 14, Georgia falls to unranked Auburn 38-21. So that was a key moment in this rivalry's history. I love this rivalry. I think it's a great rivalry. You hope that it's a close game. You hope it's a good one. I think it's one of those games where you got to give Auburn some benefit of the doubt that they're just not good enough to beat Georgia this year. It's one of those where it's not that Auburn's bad, but Georgia's just that good. I think Auburn has talent. I think that Peyton Thorne seems like he's doing okay at quarterback. I've heard some people say he needs to be benched. I've heard some people say that they got to work with him. I don't know how to feel. From what I've seen, he has good talent. I think that receivers need to get open. I think play calling needs to step up. I think they just need to open up the run game a little more at Auburn. I don't know. But Auburn's 3-1. I mean, they could not be in a – they probably could be in a better position, but they've been in positions like this before where they've, faced adversity coming off a 27-10 Texas A&M loss. It's been a little different in the past. I mean, this game's usually played in November, but Auburn changed the date. We're not going to go off on that rabbit trail. Auburn is in a position where they could turn their season around. I mean, you talk about 10 years ago, the prayer at Jordan-Hare in the kick six. 10 years later with a new head coach. By the way, Gus Malzahn was in his first year that season. Last time they had a true first-year head coach, they went to a national title. And they did have a loss. I think they lost like LSU that season. This year, a loss to A&M. Can they bounce back? I think they can. I just don't think they will in this game. Jarquez Hunter is the lead rusher with 143 rushing yards off 31 carries, averaging 4.6 yards a carry. Has a touchdown. Actually, the lead rusher in touchdowns is their quarterback, Peyton Thorne. No, Robbie Ashford, I'm sorry, who's still on the team. But Peyton Thorne's the guy. He's got a 65 completion percentage, 4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Has taken 10 sacks, though, which is a red flag for me. Sack yard loss at 43. But he does have poise. He's calm in the pocket. He just has to know when to get rid of the football. And that offensive line is so suspect right now for Auburn. It's not even funny. I just think that there's so much that goes into this matchup that you got to look at. I think there's some factors, not even really external. First off, I'll say it is a hostile environment. I saw this offseason that they sold and packed out Jordan-Hare Stadium for all the home games. Georgia's got to be able to adapt to that environment. They've been upset before. By Auburn, in Auburn, lost to South Carolina in 2019 at home. Don't give me this Jake Fromm nonsense either. Georgia was a good team that year. I don't know. I'd love to see Auburn do pretty good this year. I'm pulling for Hugh Freeze. But go with my gut, I think Georgia's going to win. They're just, even if it seems out of reach, you just know they're going to pull something off, right? We'll make this one quick on you guys. I'll go ahead and give a score prediction here. The line is 14.5 Georgia. Again, they lead the series. And the last time a unranked Auburn beat a ranked Georgia team was in Athens, but it was back in 1999. That's a long time. That's last century. Unranked Auburn plays the number 1 team at home. Anything could happen in this rivalry. There's a part of me that hopes I'm wrong. I'm going to say by 2 possessions, Georgia wins. I'll give you a score prediction. I'm going to say 30-17 is the final. I do think Georgia struggles. I think maybe they keep it close at halftime. I think they get to Auburn in the second half, and Auburn struggles, but Georgia pulls away. I think it is Carson Beck's first ever road start. You got to take that into account. So how is he going to handle a tough environment like that? It's possible he does struggle. It's possible Georgia could lose this game. I'm not counting it out, but I look at Kirby Smart on that sideline, hungry and ready to go, and he's going to have his team prepared. He's going to have them ready. He's going to look at, Auburn on the other sideline and look at Hugh Freeze and just say it's a challenge, but it's not anything they can't overcome. So that's as far as I got on this one. I want to hear from you guys in the comments. Give me your score predictions. What's your favorite moment in this rivalry? I didn't grow up watching it. The first time really that I remember hearing much about it being a rivalry, like I had seen it before, but I still, even today, like I know that season they took care of our team too in Alabama, but the prayer at Jordan-Hare has to be one of the most iconic plays an iconic win would have been 2017 when Auburn beat the number one team in the country back to back weeks or within a 3 week period, whatever. You had, like I said, you've had some great moments um, in this rivalry, so many of them. This will be the 128th meeting between the teams. Um, so much history, so much to look into. We'll do some flashbacks on this one too. And I can't wait. I think it's going to be a great game. It'll be exciting. And tell you what, too, I got to find some time for this. We got a couple days left in the week. I think because it's been 10 years since that iconic season for Auburn, I should, before Friday or before the game on Saturday, I should review. It's not a guarantee that I'll do this, so don't get mad if I don't. But let me know. I want to hear from you guys. Would you like to see me review the 2013 prayer at Jordan Hare? Since it's been 10 years anyway. I love y'all. Y'all have a good one. Jesus loves you. He's got a great plan. Trust and believe it. We'll see you next time. Good luck to both teams. We hope for a good one. God bless. And I'll say it as a Bama fan. I know we're talking about Auburn, but I'm going to say this. Y'all know what's coming. Roll Tide. Love y'all. Y'all have a good one.